The year is 2025. The world has changed dramatically since Donald Trump last held the highest office in the United States. The political landscape is more volatile, the global economy more interconnected, and the challenges more complex than ever before. Donald J. Trump, once again, occupies the Oval Office. His return to power is both a testament to his enduring influence and a reflection of the deep divisions within American society. The nation is polarized, with fervent supporters and vehement critics both watching his every move. His return to power comes at a time of immense global uncertainty. Conflicts that simmered during his first term have now erupted into full-blown crises. The international community is on edge, wary of the potential for new conflicts and the escalation of existing ones. The world watches with bated breath, eager to decipher the foreign policy course he will chart. Will he continue with the bold, often controversial pronouncements that characterized his first term? Or will he adopt a more measured approach, informed by the lessons of the past? Will it be a course marked by the bold pronouncements and unpredictable maneuvers of his first term? His previous tenure was defined by a series of dramatic decisions that upended traditional diplomatic norms. From withdrawing from international agreements to engaging in high-stakes negotiations, Trump's approach was anything but conventional. Or will experience temper his approach, leading to a more measured and pragmatic foreign policy? Having navigated the complexities of global politics once before, Trump now has the benefit of hindsight. Will this experience lead to a more strategic and calculated approach to international relations? The challenges confronting the 47th president are both profound and pressing. The world is grappling with a multitude of crises that demand immediate and decisive action. From geopolitical tensions to economic instability, the stakes have never been higher. The war in Ukraine, a festering wound on the European continent, continues to rage. The conflict has drawn in multiple nations, each with their own interests and agendas. The humanitarian toll is staggering, and the potential for further escalation remains a constant threat. China, emboldened by its economic might and assertive military posture, poses an increasingly formidable challenge to American dominance in the Asia-Pacific region. The balance of power is shifting, and the United States must navigate this new reality with both caution and resolve. And the specter of nuclear proliferation looms large, with both North Korea and Iran stubbornly pursuing their nuclear ambitions. The threat of nuclear conflict is a grim reminder of the destructive potential of modern warfare. Diplomatic efforts to curb these ambitions have met with limited success, and the risk of a nuclear arms race is ever present. These are not mere academic concerns, they are real-world crises with the potential to reshape the global order. The decisions made in the coming years will have far-reaching consequences, not just for the United States but for the entire world. The international community is looking to Washington for leadership and direction. They demand the attention of a president willing to engage with the world, to navigate the treacherous currents of international diplomacy, and to defend American interests on the global stage. Trump's ability to build alliances, manage conflicts, and promote stability will be put to the test. The eyes of the world are upon Washington, D.C. Every decision, every policy, every statement will be scrutinized. The global community is eager to see how the United States will respond to the myriad challenges it faces. The stakes are high and the margin for error is slim. The interconnected nature of today's world means that a misstep in one area can have ripple effects across the globe. The pressure on Trump and his administration is immense, and the consequences of failure are dire. The world waits to see if Donald Trump in his second act can rise to the occasion and provide the leadership that this perilous moment demands. His legacy and the future of the United States hang in the balance. The coming years will be a true test of his ability to lead in an increasingly complex and uncertain world.
Trump's foreign policy vision, it's definitely something that's been debated quite a bit. His approach to international relations has always sparked intense discussions, both domestically and globally. From his first term, we saw a shift in how the United States engaged with the rest of the world. Some see it as a continuation of his America First doctrine, which emphasizes prioritizing American interests in every decision. This doctrine has been a cornerstone of his political identity, resonating with many who feel that previous administrations neglected domestic priorities, while others argue that he might take a more collaborative approach this time around, aiming to build stronger alliances and partnerships. This potential shift could be a response to the evolving global landscape and the need for more cooperative strategies. Either way, his vision will undoubtedly shape international relations in significant ways. The world is watching closely to see how his policies will unfold and what impact they will have on global stability and economic dynamics. One thing is clear, though. Trump's approach is likely to be driven by a desire to secure American interests above all else. This unwavering focus on national priorities could lead to significant changes in how the US interacts with both allies and adversaries. This could mean renegotiating trade deals to ensure they are more favorable to the US, reassessing military commitments to reduce overseas expenditures, and perhaps redefining alliances to better align with American strategic goals. His administration might also push for more stringent immigration policies and increased border security. It's a vision that's as ambitious as it is controversial. Supporters argue that it's a necessary recalibration of US foreign policy, while critics warn that it could lead to isolationism and strained international relations. The true impact of Trump's foreign policy vision will only become clear as it is implemented and the world reacts.
You know, Trump's approach to foreign policy, it's really unconventional, to say the least. Unlike many of his predecessors, Trump has taken a bold stance on numerous international issues, often opting for direct and sometimes controversial methods. His style is characterized by a willingness to engage in tough negotiations and make decisions that others might shy away from. This has led to a series of high-profile meetings and agreements that have garnered both praise and criticism from various quarters. He's not afraid to break from tradition, and that's something his supporters actually appreciate. They see his direct approach as a refreshing change from the often cautious and calculated strategies of past administrations. For many, Trump's willingness to take risks and make bold moves is a sign of strength and decisiveness. His rallies are filled with enthusiastic supporters who believe in his vision and trust his leadership. They see him as a leader who's willing to shake things up and challenge the status quo. This willingness to disrupt the norm is seen as a necessary step to bring about real change. Whether it's renegotiating trade deals, addressing immigration issues, or confronting international adversaries, Trump's approach is always about putting America first. His supporters argue that this is the kind of leadership that is needed to navigate the complex and often turbulent waters of global politics. And yeah, while some critics argue that this unpredictability can be risky, his supporters believe it's exactly what's needed to keep America strong and competitive on the global stage. Critics often point to the potential dangers of such an unpredictable approach, suggesting that it could lead to instability or unintended consequences. However, Trump's supporters counter that his methods are a necessary departure from the status quo, which they believe has failed to address many of the pressing issues facing the country. They trust that his unconventional methods will ultimately yield positive results. They argue that Trump's bold decisions, whether in the realm of foreign policy, economic strategy, or domestic issues, are all aimed at securing a better future for America. His time in the Oval Office has been marked by a series of significant actions that his supporters believe will have long-lasting positive impacts. In their eyes, Trump's unconventional approach is not just a strategy, but a necessary evolution in leadership.
In small towns like ours, people have mixed feelings about Trump's foreign policy. Some folks think he's doing a great job standing up to countries like China and Iran. They feel safer knowing he's tough on those fronts. But others worry that his tactics might lead to more conflicts. They wonder if his hardline stance could backfire and make things worse. It's a real debate around here, and people are pretty passionate about it on both sides.
We just want someone who puts America first. It's about time we had a leader who listens to us, who understands our struggles. We need strong borders, fair trade deals, and a focus on American jobs. We believe Trump can deliver that. It's not just about politics, it's about our future and our children's future.
It's definitely a tough job, balancing all those promises with actual results, but I believe Trump is doing his best and, well, that's what matters to me.
When we look at Trump's foreign policy, it's clear there's a direct interplay with his approval ratings. His decisions abroad often reflect his desire to maintain support at home. It's a delicate balance, really.
I trust that Trump's foreign policy will, bring more jobs and security to our country. It's about time we had someone who puts America first.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a risk. But if it means a stronger, safer America, then I think it's worth it. We need to look at the bigger picture here.
The stakes are high for both Trump and the nation. His foreign policy decisions could shape America's future for years to come. The world watches closely, as the outcomes of these choices will, undoubtedly, leave a lasting impact.